Sit on our heels here and open up your knees a little bit. And we'll take a couple moments here into a child's pose. Gently fold it down and reach your arms forward. And we'll use these first few moments just to soften, relax, get rid of some of the tension in the lower back. Walk your hands over to the right. Just put a little bit of a stretch into this. Maybe the left hand is placed on top of the right. Walk your hands back through the middle and keep going all the way over to the left. Stretch the right side of the body, right hand placed on top of the left. And relax that down. And bring your hands back to the middle and rise on up into tabletop. Work on a little bit of hip mobility and breathing, starting in cat-cows. A cow. Arch the spine, gaze up. Big inhale. And full exhale into cat. Push the arms long, round the spine, gaze to your navel. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Inhale to cat. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cat. Exhale to cat. Last one, big inhale to cow. And full exhale into cat. Hold the air out. Inhale to cow. And exhale into a neutral spine. Good. Just generate a little bit of heat. Extend the left hand, right leg, reach it back. And on the exhale, elbow to knee. And we'll do some cycles like that. Extend, lifting the leg, and elbow to knee. Maybe moving at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee and hold. Inhale, extend. And reach the left hand behind, snag the right foot. And open, kick back as you open up the spine. Kick, kick, kick. Keep breathing. And release back to tabletop. A quick cat-cow. And we'll take it to the other side. Extend the right hand, left leg lifted as you extend it back. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee. Couple more. Extend. Elbow to knee. Extend. Elbow to knee and hold. Good, extend. Right hand reaches back, snag the left foot, and kick that foot back as you open up the spine. And release that into tabletop. Take a quick cat-cow. And scoot your way back into down dog. Reach the arms long. Head hangs loose, soften the heels down. Heels about hip width distance. Hold here for a couple breaths. And then just step your left foot forward, rise up into a high lunge. Arms to the side, set it up. Active right leg, heel reaching back. Square everything off. And then open it up with broad shoulders, palms facing each other. Fingertips almost touching your ceiling, but they can't because you're sinking lower into the hips. Full, yes. Steady gaze, full breathing. Active right leg. Direct transition to warrior two. Keeping low into that left thigh. Transitioning to triangle pose. Straighten, activate the left leg and fold it down. Find your support. Chin up, get the spine long. Open up at the chest. And then reach up and we'll hold here. Stay with it. Couple more. And release the palms to the mat. Bend your left knee into low lunge. Right heel lifts. Good. Pyramid practice. Inhale. Straighten the left leg. Belly to thigh. Exhale, fold. Bend the knee. Inhale. Straighten and fold again. One more time, bend, inhale. Straighten, fold, and this time we'll hold. Maybe walk the hands forward. Stay with it. Control the breathing. Soften where you can. Keep the core engaged. One more breath. Bend the knee, inhale. Step it back into down dog. Walk it out a bit. Right side, right foot forward, bring it up into high lunge. Take your time setting it up, square it up. And then expand open, sinking low. Beautiful. Keep it steady and strong. And transition warrior 2. Good, reaching the fingers in that position. Get the spine long, but release any unnecessary tension in the shoulder blades. Good, firm, strong core as you hold. Triangle pose, straighten the right leg. Take your time folding it down. Chin up, long spine. Twist, reach up, and we'll hold here. Stay with it. A couple more breaths. And release the left hand down to the mat, coming into low lunge for pyramid. Deep breath in. Straighten the right leg and fold. Bend, inhale. Straighten and fold. Bend, inhale. Straighten, fold, and we'll hold here. Maybe walk the hands forward. Stay with it. Just another breath. Good, bend the knee and step it back into down dog. And down dog, walk your feet toward the top of the mat, toes pointing outward, coming into malasana. And with the palms on the mat, before we go into the full malasana, just rock it side to side a little bit here. And slowly settle into the middle. Maybe the heels sink down, plant your palms together, and open up at the thighs a little bit, extend the spine long. Keep the pelvis anchored down. Release the hands to the mat, let the head drop down. Maybe sway your head side to side. and come back to the middle. We're going to take a twist here. Right palm down, we'll extend the left arm. So don't over crank, rather just focus on finding length across the shoulder blades. And feel a straight line from hand to hand. Come back to the middle. Left palm down, and we'll twist it. Yep. And come back to the middle. Reset your spine. We're going to take a bind here. We'll take the right arm and wrap it around the right shin. Hands can just lay behind the back, or maybe bring the fingers together, clasp them, and then we'll pull the arms together to get a squeeze, get that thigh squeezed in to the torso, and maybe a little twist to the left. Good. Reset your spine, come back to the middle, into Malasana. And we'll wrap the left arm around the left shin, grab onto something behind the back, squeeze the thigh in a gentle twist to the right. And back to Malasana, long straight spine. And let's slowly stand up. Come on up. Toes point forward and fold forward. We'll come into a ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. Maybe sway side to side. Very good. Going to work on the hamstrings a little bit here. Bend the knees about 90 degrees, resting your belly on the shelf of your thighs here. Take your hands behind the back, clasp the hands, and keeping the belly in contact with the thigh, slowly straighten the legs as you lift the hands up. And don't, when the belly begins to leave the thigh, stop there and hold. That's where the work is being done. For about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees about 90 degrees. Taking a break here. And let's set it up again. Bend the knees, hands behind the back. Lift and fold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release the hands down. Point the toes out. Descend back into Malasana. Just to reset here. And again, rise all the way back up into standing. We'll turn, step to the right, facing right. Open up your stance. Toes pointing forward. And we'll start in Parsaridapadottanasana A. Let's begin with the palms to the mat. Good strong base. And before we come into it, maybe just sway the hips side to side a little bit. Coming back to the middle, chin up. Good strong base, chin up. Extending the spine, the core will engage. Bring your focus to that core engagement as you slowly hinge forward at the hips. Doesn't matter how far you come down. And maybe the palms walk back a little bit. Adjust your weight. If all your weight's on your heels, bring the weight forward so the weight is even across the feet. And we'll hold long breathing here. Stay with it. Keep it calm, keep it steady. Let the posture do most of the work here. Instead of you forcing things, it doesn't really work in yoga. A few more breaths. And take an inhale, chin up, stretch your spine again. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Take your hands behind your back. We'll take a mini back bend here. Send your pelvis forward. And then come back up and fold halfway forward again, palms down to the mat. Now walk your hands over to the left foot, and then walk your hands over to the right. And we'll do a few cycles here, doing that with your breath. Last one. Come back to the middle. Palms can be on the mat. We're doing another Athanas or hooking your toes. Chin up, long spine. And hinge at the hips. Elbows reach to the side. And hold. Stay with it. A few more breaths here. Inhale, chin up, extend. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise all the way back up. And step to the top of the mat. We'll come back down into Malasana. And from Malasana, sit down. Plop your butt back. And keep the feet a little bit wide here. And it's just windshield wiper the feet side to side a little bit. coming back to the middle. We're going to extend the arms forward between the legs. And from here, squeezing the knees toward each other. They likely may not touch, but that's okay. And release the squeeze. Instead of squeezing them together, open them wide. Keep the arms reaching. And one more cycle, squeeze the knees together. And then open them up, push the knees apart. And release the palms down, windshield wiper your feet side to side. Coming back to the middle, we're going to balance a little bit, bringing the feet up, but we're not taking a hold of the feet. This time we're just going to extend the arms out parallel to the shins. And from here, squeeze the knees together. Maybe against your forearms here, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And stop squeezing, hold the pose. One more cycle, squeeze. Stop squeezing. And plop the feet back down, windshield wiper. Good, that was all a prep for butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. Diamond shape here. And we're going to fold it forward, and as we do, you can rest your forearms onto the shins. Give it that a little extra pressure, or walk your hands forward. Stay with it. Keep the breath flowing. No shallow breathing. A few more. And slowly rise up. Again, open up the feet, plant them a little bit wider than your hips, windshield wiper. We're going to take this directly into a deer pose. Let's start by letting the knees fall all the way over to the right and keep twisting toward the back of your mat. As we twist, maybe rest your forehead on your forearms. Notice any tensions in the hips. See if you can soften there. Just a couple more breaths. And then rise back up to the middle. And windshield wiper side to side. And we'll come into deer on the other side. Knees come down, twists, facing the back of your mat. Fold it down, forehead to the forearm. Couple more breaths. Rise back up to the middle. Windshield wiper side to side. And as graceful as you can, make your way back into tabletop. We're coming into a frog pose, keeping with the theme of opening up the hips. And frog, come down onto your forearms, scoot the knees apart. Toes pointing outward, 90 degrees at the hips, thigh. About 90 degrees at the knee, shin. And then squeeze your knees together, like you're isometrically pressing them into the ground. And release the squeeze, maybe scoot the knee apart another centimeter. Squeeze again. And as you squeeze, focus on exploring that engagement at the bottom of the pelvis. The perineum area, squeezing that hard. And release, scoot the knees apart another millimeter, and we'll hold here. If tensions mount, become aware of that, and take control. See if you can soften that. Allow yourself to sink in toward the edge. We're about halfway there. Stay with it. Couple more breaths. Coming out very slowly toward tabletop. Very, very slowly. And when you get to tabletop, take a couple cat-cows here. And sweep your legs out in front. Let's come into seated. Work on the hips from a different angle here. We're going to come into Trianga with Ekapada. Right foot back to the side. Staying here or folding that forward. Stay with it. last couple breaths, see if you can soften that left leg. And rise up, sweep the right leg out in front, tap it out a little bit, and we'll set up for the other side. Pull that left foot back, make adjustments, and we'll fold this forward. Couple more breaths. And rise up. Very nice. Pull the right foot in for Janusarsasana. And we'll fold that forward. And slowly come out of that. Straighten the legs. Take it to the other side. Left foot into the right thigh. And fold that forward. And slowly release. Come on up. Straighten the legs. Tap them out a little bit. Coming into Upavista Konasana B. Well, we're going to transition to that. Again, we're going to come into that like a happy baby almost. Balanced on our bottom. This time, taking the outside edges of the feet. And we're going to slowly open the feet, but as we do, keep the spine open, keep the upper chest open, and you can stop if the balance becomes too precarious. Open, open, open. And get to a point where you can truly activate the quadriceps, heels reach out, toes may pull back again, spine reaches long, chin back, gaze up. And we'll hold here. Couple more breaths. Very nice. We'll slowly bring that down, making our way into straddle. Before we go into straddle, we're going to start, let's fold over the left leg. And rise up to the middle, and then we'll fold over the right leg. And come up to the middle, And we're going to fold directly forward. And maybe before we do, make sure you get your thighs flat on the mat, heels reach out, chin up, spine long, and think belly coming down toward the mat. And if it doesn't make it there, you can use a block or two and rest your head on that. We're going to hang out here for a little bit. Slow down the breath. And focus your attention into your hips, into your hamstrings, into your thighs. See if you can mentally take it apart. Find the muscles, the tissues, the fibers, the muscle fibers that are tight. And as your attention explores, make sure you keep the breath flowing. Full inhales, long full exhales. And you may notice this posture evolves, maybe a little bit more space opens up. And go ahead and take it. Stay with it. Almost there. A few more breaths. Moving slowly, come on up. Bend the knees. Keep the feet at hip width distance. A little bit of windshield wiper action here. And we're going to really go after the hips even more here. Make your way back into downward facing dog. And we'll walk it out a little bit. And we'll start with the right leg. Lift and extend the right leg. Reach it long, soften the left heel down. And keep the right leg straight as we twist it open. And bend the right knee, twisting a little bit more. Now straighten the right leg, reach it way back. And we're going to bring the right foot forward to the left hand, setting it up for a half pigeon. Coming down and making some adjustments each time you do it. Get that left shin a little bit more parallel to the top of the mat. Pause in a royal pigeon, allow the hips to settle in. Now long, big exhale, walk the hands forward. Stay here. Almost there. Couple more breaths. And rise up into a royal pigeon. Hold here. And make your way back into down dog. Walk that out. And let's balance that out. Lift and extend the left leg. Stretch it way back. Soften the right heel down into the mat. Reach that left leg long. Keeping the left leg straight. Twist as you stack the hips. And now bend the left knee as we twist a little bit deeper, pointing the knee up. Now straighten the left leg, reset the hip, stretch it the left foot way back, and then we'll bring the left foot forward to the right hand, setting up for half pigeon on this side. Scoot the right toes back, make adjustments in that left shin. Let your hips settle in. Big exhale, walk the hands forward. Stay with it. Almost there. A few more breaths. And slowly come up into a royal pigeon. And make your way back into down dog, walk it out. And walk your feet forward. We're going to come to a seated position. Good. Cross your legs, cross-legged position, or lotus, half lotus, full lotus. Take your hands behind the back, shrug the shoulder blades, pull the shoulder blades back and down. Extend the crown of the head high. Feel this upper chest stretch open as you open up the lengthening spine here. A couple deep, full breaths. And as you take these deep breaths on the exhales, Emphasize the squeeze in the lower pelvis, the Mula Bandha. And on an exhale, get that squeeze going. Keep the spine long as we fold forward. Chin coming down toward the mat. And then just let the head drop down. A few more breaths. And slowly rise up. Release your hands. Extend the spine long. Lightly press the palms together. Breathe normally. Keep the spine long, but allow the chin to drop down. And find just a few moments here in complete stillness as you take a mental inventory of your body, what you've learned, how you feel. And we'll close our evening practice. Namaste. Lovely to practice with you guys.